What's up, guys? Gary with Diesel Fuel Network. Well, figured since the channel's called Diesel Fuel Network, let's at the very least fire that thing up, hear it run again, and I want to talk about something cool. I want to talk about the dealer brochures and just generally literature involving automobiles, cars, trucks, motorcycles, tractors, you name it, whatever you're into. It's not always about the machine. Sometimes it's collecting other things related to the machine. And if you can't afford a machine, or you don't find the one you're after yet, but you're really into it, literature is something you can collect. It's very cheap, easy to come by. Look on eBay, type in almost any car, truck, and you name it, and go to the used section and look up dealer brochures or books, and you'll find some cool stuff. So let's take a look at some of the stuff that I've collected over the past couple years of owning this truck and get to it. Well, I didn't plan on completely getting covered in crap just from starting my truck and revving it up. A whole bunch of black stuff came out of the exhaust and it's all over me. But let's take a look at some cool stuff here. Alright, so one of the first things that I always look for when I get a new cool vehicle that I love is not even displayed here. It would be a scale model, like a 1/24th scale build-it-yourself model, or even better, a 1/18th scale die-cast. But they do not have scale models of the old style Ford truck, medium duty truck. So check this out. We got the 1985 brochure. The truck is a 1985. So here is a original dealer brochure, 885, and just check out the cool stuff in here. I mean, it's just about looking at the pictures and seeing really what the truck, the options were for the truck, and what they look like when they were in mint brand new condition. Look at that tractor. Is that cool or what? And you can also see like some of what they are. Like you can see it's diesel. Mine would have that same badge, but it's currently not on there. F8000. Let's see, diesel. There is, that one appears to have a gas engine, and you can see it's got hydraulic brakes. They're showing off the new aerodynamic design. How cool is that? They also will talk about the new optional tilt hood, which I think came a couple years prior to 85. But really, it's just about how cool the trucks look in this, and it gives you all kinds of cool stats. You know, international economy tests for mileage. We're looking at The 8.2 Detroit 145 horse naturally aspirated, getting upwards of 11 miles to the gallon, where a 6.9 IDI and an International with 155 horse was only getting 9, a little over 9. But it's cool to see all the different body colors and the wheels that were, and look at that, that's a split rim, and this is an 85 brochure, an old Bud style split rim. Some old split rim Alcoas with looks like steel buds on the back, or maybe Dayton's. And then just the chrome bumpers, the pinstriping, very cool stuff. The optional deluxe interiors, Bostrom Viking T-bar seating was available. Very cool. And here's a tandem version, longer wheelbase as well, of my exact truck. Look, white, the tan interior, 3208 cat visible under the flip hood. Once again, 3208 cat. It's just fun to spot the different. So there you go. There's the Lucas Girling. Everybody dreads those. I've never messed with anything of the sort, but you got the Lucas Girling hydraulic electric brakes, discs at the front. Now I don't have that. I have regular air brakes. And a very cool FT8000. Might even be a 9000. I think it's a, yeah, look at that. That is so cool. Big old pipe on it. But one of the coolest things about it is it gives you all the specifications that were available, including options, chassis optional equipment, cab optional equipment. So, you know, I can go down this chassis optional equipment, and I have right hand and left hand 50-gallon tanks were optional. I have, you know, it's got the tractor package with dual face turn signal lamps, trailer and air electrical lines connections. I have that. Tilt hood. Tilt hood was an option. Some things I don't have. I don't have air conditioner. It does have a heater, of course. Dual horns, electric or air on air equipped models, and of course I have an air equipped model with air horns. But that is just what is really cool about these, is you get to go and look at all the options. Now this is basically the exact same thing, but it's 84, but it has a couple of cool other different pictures in it. So that's really what it comes down to. It's just like, and that is a beauty right there. I mean, that is seriously cool. And some of them have different, better pictures, like there's the 3208 cat turbo as well. See the turbo right there? And you can always tell just by the manifolds. The manifolds on a turbo are very different. Same picture from the other one. Different box truck. And I believe that was, no, that one was not in the other one. That's a different one again. And that one, those I believe are just hubcaps. I don't think those are actually Alcoas. I think those are hubcaps. The 4x4 option shown here. Really cool stuff right there. And another shot of the deluxe interior. Very good shot of the Bostrom seat there. That's the same as the other one, but on this one, they give you that shot as well. Better view of the cat engine. So that's why I have multiple of them, because each one, oof, on the ground, each one is just a little bit different than the other. This is the most recent one I got. I just got this one, and it is focusing on the new tandems, and this is an older one. This is actually 82. Let's see, this one's from 1982. The picture on the back is a bit different. And how cool is that? That's an illustration. Shows a F-Series there with the Bud steel wheels. Louisville. That's going to be a bigger diesel Louisville, and then they show the little, like, 600-700 gas Louisville. Alongside a C-Series, an LTL 9000, and the CL, I think that's called CL 9000, the cab over. But it's more of the same, but different. And just looking at that is just amazing. I mean, look how amazing that looks. Unless you go to like Makunji or something, you see like one at a show restored. You're just never going to see one looking like that again. But look at that sick tandem tractor, FT8000. So it's basically the same, similar specification to my truck, but FT, T standing for tandem. You can see the difference with the flip hood. This one actually has a flip hood too, I just noticed. More shots, different, because this is 82, so the color specs are going to be different probably too. Look at that red interior, how amazing is that? Blue interior, black Bostrom vinyl seats with the red. Wow, that's cool. And then there's another shot of the FT. Freaking amazing. I don't know. Am I crazy? This is just the kind of thing that gets me going. I love looking at this. And again, here's why these are all different, even though they're the same. And this one has a bunch of cool write-ups on each available engine. Well, some of the available diesel engines at least. The 8.2 Detroit, and much more to say about the 3208. And there you go, there's the naturally aspirated 3208, different manifolds. I believe that the turbo 3208, I think this, it says it here, the turbo 3208 came out in this year, available in this particular year, 82. And again, my truck is an 85, but I switched out to the older style grille. If you want to see right here, you could see the difference. So that's the grille on my truck. That's what my truck would have. And mine was broke, but I also just happen to think that's a better looking grille. Let me know what you think. And for the Ford brochures, this is the final one. I believe this is 80. Yeah, this one's 1980. So that'd be the first year, and that was why I bought this one, because this is the first year. Now, keep in mind, these are like literally $10, sometimes cheaper. Like one of these, it cost me like $5. I think this one was like $5 because it's so small. And that's so dirt cheap. It's like, how could you not buy one of these for $5-10, you know? And then this one being the first year, they did not have the 30. Oh, actually, I think you could get the 3208, but only naturally aspirated. But here's about the 8.2 fuel pincher, Detroit. And again, a few more different pictures. Some of them are the same, I think. Some of those pictures, no, maybe not, because it's such a different year. Another different optional high line interior. And there's all the specifications for an 80. Very cool stuff. I love that. That's my badge for the front. I love how they make that just a prominent feature. Now, of course, my friend actually had... Oh, no. My friend actually had a GMC C65 recently, in the past like year or so, dump truck. So I couldn't help myself. I ended up buying the GMC catalog brochure as well. I think this is an 85. Yeah, 85. And it's got all the cool stuff, the 4x4 option. They had optional high back bucket seats, like regular car or truck, pickup truck seats. All the different color options, just like Ford had. Very cool stuff in this one as well. They show you the chassis in its rawest form. Look at the different things they have here. Interesting. This one's much thicker than the Ford one as well. Power flow through air circulation. 1 or 2 50-gallon tanks available. So this is pretty cool. This brochure is a little bit more... I feel like this GMC brochure is more in depth. Although it doesn't have the as many big, beautiful colored pictures. Oh, but they give you a hell of an engine option page here. They talk about the 8.2 fuel pincher diesel. Low sound, high torque rise. Naturally aspirated or turbocharged. Now, you couldn't get this particular body style with a 3208. They would be the top kick, which had a bit different, bigger hood, would only have the 3208 option. And then you have all the different, 292 inline 6, 350, 366, 427, You got your different transmissions, Allison automatic available. My friend also has a C50 with an Allison automatic in it. Clark 5-speed, Allison auto. My truck actually has a Spicer 5-speed, which is a heavier duty transmission that comes behind the 3208. And another cool thing is, like the specification chart for my truck, I was able to figure out that it had the tractor package and that it is 142-inch wheelbase. I mean, obviously I could measure the wheelbase, but it's pretty cool to see that it is, you know, it's the shortest. It's cool to see it because it shows you what is available, and it was the shortest wheelbase available. Now, of course, got to have the magazines too. So what we have here is 1979's Trucks magazine. Now, these aren't even the coolest magazines. After I bought these, I found out the best magazine. Oh man, what is it off the top of my head? I can't remember what it is. Maybe you can put it in the comments if you know anything about trucks and old trucking magazines. Not Owners Operators magazine, a different one. I can't remember, but it always had a woman on the cover. It usually has a woman on the cover with a truck. You can find them on eBay, and I want to get some of them too. But this is a cool magazine, though. This is all American stuff. This is an American-based magazine. You know, and it's got, this one has mostly, this is basically a more or less, this is complete illustrated guide to big rig trucks and heavy equipment. This focuses on new trucks. Like, this whole magazine is, there is some cool articles that are of other, you know, older stuff. Guys collecting trucks, or some tractor stuff, farming stuff in here. But a lot of this magazine here, this particular, like, see that's like just the newest FWD available. And it's manufacturer by manufacturer. There's all your whites. There's a couple of color areas in here. Western Star. The page before that. New from Mercedes-Benz, pretty sick. Yeah, so this is kind of, I didn't really know exactly what this was when I bought it, but it's more or less like kind of an overview, almost like a buyer's guide or something, you know, like Motor Trend or so. It would be considered like almost like a Motor Trend for, or something like that for the newest trucks available. But I also got these European trucking magazines because I was into that for a while. Before I got that truck, I think it was really into these. Well, actually, I probably had the truck at that point. But I was really into, like, Scanias, and, you know, look at that advertisement. Is that cool or what? All signs lead to Scania. See, it's just, I don't know. There's something about these old magazines and stuff that you don't even have to have a cool old truck. If you just, and also, you know, before you get a cool old truck, maybe, you know, you just collected a bunch of magazines, and things like this will inspire you and point you in a direction for what you would want if you were to get an old truck. And before this, I never had a truck, like a big heavy truck. I had a pickup truck, an old classic 72 Chevy C30, 292 inline six, long bed, Longhorn model actually. The rare Longhorn, I don't know if they're rare, but Longhorn 8.5 foot bed. But anyway, my first ever like medium duty diesel truck was this Isuzu here. And it looked, it was all white when I got it and wasn't falling apart. But I actually took that off to do the painting and stuff, and I never finished. And I have the clips to put it on, but it's not on there yet. So this is a 2006 Isuzu. And actually, I had saved on eBay, but never bought the sales brochures for that too. I just never got them. There's a certain point where I go, you know what? I'm good. I don't need to spend any more money. But basically, I don't know. So I was looking for, at first I was looking for another C30, something along those lines, you know, either an old 70s or I should say like a 67 through 72, or possibly even a square body, you know, 73 and up, 73 to like 79. Then I started getting back into medium duties, because at one point before that, I actually really wanted a medium duty years ago. And I was even like going to just get a gas-powered medium duty because more or less the value of these things is insane. I mean, you can't find a relatively rust-free, running, driving, good, regular-sized pickup truck most times for what you can find these medium duties for. You know, I paid $2,000 for this thing in fully running operational condition, drove it back like 2 hours from Long Island at 60 miles an hour, no problem. Bought it, drove it home. And for $2,000, I mean, you're hard-pressed to find anything regular, like a regular F250 or something, let's say, for example, or, you know, something like that. You're not going to find, I mean, yeah, you can find some ones that are like rust buckets that need everything, but yeah. Well, I'll admit I kind of lost my train of thought, and I don't know where this is going, so maybe I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Also got a lot more tractor content going. Got to finish up a few things with the frame mods and get this thing actually running and get this thing actually going again and rip it down the road. And yeah, got a lot of cool things happening with it. I got a budget brake setup I'm going to do on it. You're going to see how to do that. And real special thing is the rev limiter. I know anybody who came from TikTok maybe was waiting for the rev limiter thing. I hear a supercharger. Ford Lightning. Alright, that's it. See you next time.